Okay, so last week, Sarah has something happen. She's not gonna be here tonight, so it's just us. Last week, we wanted to do the minutes, but we didn't have a quorum. Today we do. So we have the shade tree minutes from April, May, and June. So I'm asking, did everybody get a chance to look at them? And did you have any corrections?
I have a question.
What do you got?
Am I like a non-voting person? Because I never see my name on here, so I'm not sure. Am I as a representative of city council, am I just like sitting here?
I think you're more the liaison to
Okay, that's
council.
fine. I just wasn't completely sure, so no problem.
And I can't absolutely say 100%.
Sure, it's fine. I just was like, okay, I don't
And
see my
lots of
name on
times I
here.
put them, I need to talk to Todd because I'll put them on and then they won't show up when I print them out. It's just
It's
one of those
really no
weird
problem.
systems.
I thought, well, I
Sure.
must be like a non-voting person, so it's really okay. I just wanted clarification.
Yeah, we don't want your vote anyway. You always
I
go
know.
against
My
you go
vote-
against the grain all the
My
time.
vote is silly. I know.
No, well, I'll find out.
Okay.
And we'll make sure it gets taken care of. And then this is Judy's last meeting.
Yes, it is.
Oh, and we were just getting to know each other.
I know.
And Rachel's taken over, right?
I think
As far
so.
as we
They
know.
haven't hired her. I mean, she's a temporary employee, so she does all kinds of stuff, but I've been training her.
You've been training her.
Yeah, quite a bit. She had to go to a training today or she would have been here, so.
Okay.
I told her that either April could help her, Maureen could help her get set up back there.
Yeah,
So
I
mainly
don't
just
know.
take notes and stuff, so.
I don't know how to do any of it. I'm not help at all. Okay, well, did anybody have questions about the minutes?
What if I move that we approve?
I'm happy with that.
I'll second it.
I'm happy with that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? You got a snack there, Russ?
I did in my shoes. You want them?
All right.
I'm saving that for later, in case
Minutes
I
are
get
all
hungry.
So, you know, we're kind of in the middle of our summer thing where we've started the fall planning, so it makes these minutes kind of quick. We just got to run through and see where we are on everything. So, I have a question for Brian Wade. All the TCP trees are in now?
I believe they are.
All right. So,
Tell me what
I believe
TCP
they
trees
are.
are.
you believe that?
There's always a mistake somewhere.
Yeah. TCP, that's the Tree City Partner. That's where the citizen waters the tree.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay? So Sarah will have to, she'll have to confirm that she's got them all emailed. Okay. Okay, so what about the West End and all the other trees? Where are you with all that?
I know we got the trees there we talked about at
Oh, at the Board of Education?
Board of Education. And I know we've got the RVs to go out there to, Hiawatha
That's
Park.
cool.
And I don't believe there is a whole lot more.
Okay, good, very good. And then, so that covers that. We've managed to do all that. Brian usually has a tree or two left over from things being shuffled around, and we had a couple spots. You know, things happen. They get planted and moved, and people change their mind and stuff. So, we've got a couple spots to put trees if he has some, so we're gonna go through and do that. So we may be putting a few more trees in. We have to go through the budget, encumbered money, and make sure everything's there. But we're gonna say for all intents and purposes, once the arborvitaes are in at Hiawatha Park, I think there's 6 of them, and the Board of Education had 10, and that's underneath the power lines. Remember we looked at that on the north side and the east side of the parking lot when we were out walking, when we walked Martinsburg Road for the sidewalk project. We were over there and looked at that. So those are the ruby sunsets, the ones that don't grow 20-some feet high, so they'll work underneath the wires. So other than those, we should be good. All right, very good. So I've got the mailers on here. Zane, I asked you, last time we talked, you were had to link something, or?
Yeah, so those are ready to go out. It's about 360 letters. I need to talk to Brian. What is your cutoff for getting your orders in for the year? When would be the last, or when do you want those by?
Oh, it'd be nice to have them in October.
Okay, October.
So let's say early September cutoff. Then we can,
Last day in September, so that we can get it.
Early September.
early, let's do early September. Well, that really only gives us the month of August though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's
'Cause there's
shoot for
always a
beginning
few-
of- End of September, beginning of October.
Okay, end of
That way we
September.
got a little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah. That's really it.
I was thinking of leaving a little time in there because always, things scraggle in and stuff happens. Okay,
We're doing it non-return postage this time,
yes,
so it'll be faster, less lead times. So
okay.
Is it an email or a hard mail?
We're physically mailing letters. Their responses will be, I guess they could email, but
Something
they'll
like that.
fill out a form, either in person, online, or over the phone.
Is this the first time we're doing this type of mailer? Like,
No,
with
we've
what's
done
that kind of response?
last
Like with the
year-
QR code and all that?
What's that?
Is this the first time like the QR code's going
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
That's first year with the QR code.
We did it last year. I don't know how many years we've done it, actually, but I know we did it last year, and we had 100 and some odd responses, so quite a few.
How many? Good return in your thoughts?
Oh yeah, Doc. So the original estimation was we'd get 30.
Okay.
I was off a little bit on that.
So yeah.
Okay, I just wondered.
Yeah. The way we've changed it, it'll be less expensive to send them and quicker to get responses and more organized, just better all around. So, yeah. good
Do
investment.
you organize that? Like when letters go out, they contact you?
They will, yeah, or they'll directly fill out the form, so they'll have no contact at all with us. It'll just go straight to the tree request list.
They can just call the office.
That's one of the
It's
options.
just the
too.
office number that's on there. So they'll call it in.
That's what I meant. Like who they always talk to, you or is, you know?
It depends who answers the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most tree questions come to me though.
Okay, I just wondered.
Yeah.
And in the letter, we said this was a multi-year project, or did we say two or multi? I don't remember.
Multi-year.
Yeah, we said multi, mainly because we were hitting such a large area with the entire west end from High Street north and Mansfield Avenue and the Clintonville area. It was a lot of area. So we thought we'd kind of cover our bases and not have people expecting us to be there next week.
What's your
with a
goal
tree.
this year? How many trees you hope to get?
All of them. I don't know. I'd like to see a couple hundred in that area at least.
So if we got 200, then Brian orders them, and when do they get planted?
When the weather permits it.
Fall and spring. Hopefully they're done earlier than they were this year.
We just had, we had a tough winter. Couldn't get them in soon.
How's the heat affecting trees?
Same way it does people.
I mean, water. I understand that.
Water, they're stressed. As long as they have plenty of water, they'll survive fine.
Were you guys planting in hot, like, you know, last week it was like hot. Can you plant in the hot weather like that?
We do, but whoever's watering them's gotta be religious about it. I mean, we planted some the other day. As soon as we planted them, I watered them. And then I called him and then he put the girls on them right away. So they got watered instantly when they went into the ground. I think I was out at the high school.
Like when you're planting a tree, Brian, teach me, like, how big a tree are you planting? Like, when you planted my tree, that was huge.
That was a big tree, yeah.
I know, but like a normal tree.
Normal tree down here that we plant is 2 inch. We try for 2 inch.
That's it?
2
Diameter.
inch caliper.
Like how tall?
Oh,
Enough for a
probably-
bag.
Probably 8 feet tall, and probably about this wide. And we
So-
try for 2 inch.
So I
Sometimes
fill up
we're a
that bag,
little bit-
how
sometimes we're a little
fast
bit
that
over,
bag gets
sometimes
filled
we're
up?
A little bit under, depending on availability.
So a resident gets a tree with the bag, they fill that bag up. How fast does that bag go through, the tree go through the water?
Anywhere from a couple hours to a day,
Really, that quick?
yeah. But but it soaks in.
And the resident knows that? I mean, we teach them that, like,
Yeah,
Yep.
it's part of part of the requirement they agree to when they fill out the form. Yeah.
Well, we typically, I don't know if we did this year, but we normally have a handout we give them too, that tells them about how often they need to water their trees.
Sarah emails the homeowners.
okay. I just wondered,
CCP.
like, thank you.
Yep, so with these project trees though, we will be watering them.
Yes, we water these.
Here's another dumb question, just curiosity, like, how many people don't water that we have dead trees? A lot?
A lot of them don't water at the interval that is required, but as far as dead trees, very few.
Yeah, we don't lose very many.
Very few.
I mean, I think probably this year you count them on one hand.
This was the hardest year I've seen for loss because of the drought we had last year. And yeah, like you said, 5.
I just wondered.
And they're not, and 5 not planted last year. They're 2 or 3-year-old trees. The shade tree trees we lost. There is a couple of new crab apples that are struggling because the scale's coming through.
Cause what's coming through?
Insect infestation.
A bug?
Yeah. But that's out of our control. We can treat them, but we can't overly completely stop, a blight or anything like that. So. But yeah, very few. Very, very few. Which is why we do the watering, so we can guarantee survival. Part of it.
Thank you.
So on, talking about being a multi-year, we budgeted to be able to put all the trees in 1 year. But we told the homeowners on our letter that we had 2 years because we don't know how things are gonna fall. If we get a really, really good turnout, we may have to roll it in, some of the trees into the next year. That's what I said.
And that helps Brian, cause he's at the whim of the weather. Like this year was frozen so late, so he's still planning, in August almost. Normally that's not the case, so,
I think it's the latest we ever planned.
yeah, so that gives him more time too to get the trees in the ground.
I always thought like the fall would be the best time to plant a tree, but it's
It is.
not.
Fall's when
Is
they
it?
dig them.
That's our goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day is the best day to plant.
Yeah.
You're such a tree hugger. Let that go on
Me
the record.
too.
So. Yep.
We'll see how it goes. We'll work it out. We're targeting a big area, so we just really don't know how it's gonna work out this year.
Yep.
But the water truck has been functioning well. They've got their routine down and getting along pretty well with it.
Yep, they're staying up with them real good.
Very good. I didn't have it on my list, but I did want to ask. Early in the spring, when we got that, we bought the 3/4-inch hoses so they could move more water. And you said, oh, the girls were wrestling those and having a hard time. Did they get stronger or are they still
Yeah,
fighting
I
about
think
it?
they've got used to them.
They got a little used
I
to it.
haven't been hearing about them, so.
And then, one of our conversations was about, being able to extend the hose, put an extension on. Did you figure out have you gotten
So-
anything? Is it needed?
So far, they haven't needed it, so.
They've been able to pull up
get
and-
to everything.
Good.
They do a good job learning, when they need to get certain places for the traffic and.
How many trees are they watering every day? What's your guess?
When it's gonna be crowded, yeah.
Like when? Like how many trees are they watering?
Offhand, I don't have an answer.
100, you think?
Oh,
Oh, no, a lot more than that.
Okay. I just wondered. And all the new equipment, like Doc said, they're doing great with it.
Seem to be,
What was our total water for the year? Number of trees? Do you remember that one?
not offhand.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing all
I'd have
those.
to
I
look
can't
at
remember.
this.
we've always been over 400 and
Yeah.
you can always count on 70, 70 or so TCP. So that puts us, 300 and some trees that want.
I haven't seen the truck. Do they go where the water department, they fill them up and they leave from there? Or how?
Wastewater, yeah, out the tower.
Does the city have to pay for their own water for doing something like that?
We don't have to pay for that.
They give us that.
It's one of the free things
Okay, so, any questions about where we're targeting? So, we're saying targeting, so the letters are gonna come out, people are gonna start doing things, so this fall, as we work it out, we'll be out in the neighborhoods flagging, you know, locations and talking to people, so that'll be the on-the-ground stuff through the fall. We got Bee City on here, anything exciting happening with Bee City?
Nothing new, really.
Nothing new.
First Friday is still.
Yeah, that's coming up this week, right?
Friday night.
Friday night.
Yep.
Did we hand out the trails for, Delano Park Discovery? We did earlier on, but we haven't done a final.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm waiting on confirmation that we're technically doing it.
Okay, all right.
Sounds like we are, but
So if it all works out like we think it might,
yeah.
best way to say
It
it.
should. It should. This should
Works out like,
work out.
like we think it might. The trails in the park are gonna mimic the Indian trails. So what we'll need to do is get out, one of the guys that knows the GIS stuff will plot a map, and we'll have to go out with the plotter and plot where the trails are so we can get the trails marked.
Yep.
So that we have those marked before we do anything in the fall. So that's something that'll be coming up in that. All right, well, I've got tree guards on here. We talked about that last time, and the tree guards could come in. We got 150 of them, so we're gonna need to, I'm gonna need to, twist some arms. Get some help putting tree guards on.
Tell me what tree guards are.
These are 42 inches tall, and I think they're 15 inches wide. They're hard plastic. They've got a grid, square grids. You take it, you wrap it around the tree, you zip tie it together, and move on to the next tree. It keeps the deer off the tree, and that's mainly the goal, is just to keep the deer off the tree. And it's big enough that allows the tree to grow for several years before we have to do anything with it. I bought enough to go at Hiawatha Park and at Arrow Foundation Park.
I'll help you, Doc. Just let me know.
I thought you might. You like to get out there and do things.
Hey, can I back up to Bee City? Can I ask you a question about Bee City?
Mm-hmm.
Someone said the Texas floods, the waters, like a month ago, it affected the butterflies, the monarch butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb question. Are we seeing bees and butterflies on a normal, like this year, normal compared to other years? Because of the hot weather, because of the rains in the south?
I have no idea. Yeah, there could be a study. If that study was ongoing right now, we probably wouldn't have any real meaningful data on that till like next year, because it takes a while to process that data and really analyze it.
it'd be
Cross-reference.
anecdotal.
So,
What do you think personally?
in my own experience, I see just about the same as what we've been seeing. It's hard to tell when they talk about seeing dwindling numbers, it's not something that you're going to see necessarily year to year just from your, like Zane said, anecdotal experience. They're looking at actual data and measuring these small differences and seeing a trend in decline. So, over 20 years, you might be able to say, oh yeah, it seems like 20 years ago we had a lot more bees and butterflies, but just year to year, it's really hard to tell.
Here's another question, Quentin. Like with the bees and everything, like this spring, you guys wanted people to come out to plant, what's this called?
Live stakes.
I know, but then, like just a few weeks ago, you guys cleaned up an area, right?
Yeah, we did some invasive removal.
Explain what you're doing with that, because I'm not sure what we plant, we remove. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Sorry, I don't know. I want to know.
So the idea is that we want to provide habitat for native bees and pollinators. And so there are certain plants that might provide habitat for many native bees and pollinators, or maybe even invasive bees and pollinators, other pollinators. But the goal is to maximize the amount of invasive or native plantings and minimize the amount of invasive vegetation that we have. So with our live stakes that we did back in the early spring, we took native willow, dogwood, nine bark, and there might have been something else that we had too. And those are cuttings from native trees that we put in the ground to grow into their own trees. And all of those support various species of native pollinators. When we did the removals, we went in and we were removing invasive honeysuckle. So Japanese honeysuckle, very widespread, grows along river corridors pretty rapidly, especially areas where it's been cleared out. They don't move into densely forested areas as easily, but in areas that have been cleared at one point, they move in pretty well, and then they just take over. And the real problem with the honeysuckle, it does provide habitat for birds and bees, and there are a lot of more generalist pollinators that will eat off those. My understanding is they don't actually provide the same nutritional benefit that a lot of the native plants do. And then the real thing is they choke out any sort of native plants that could grow there. So the honeysuckle grows really dense, it grows really low, and it provides this nice little like canopy shaded area, great for deer to hide in or people to camp in if they're trying to stay hidden, but not great for other plants to push up and grow in. So eventually they'll just take over a whole area. The overstory trees, when they die out, their nuts and seeds that fall to the ground aren't able to come up and replace them. So what you would see in a heavily packed honeysuckle area is that as the forest starts to die out, it eventually just becomes all honeysuckle, and there isn't much that you can do. So we went in, we've gone into the area that we've already had the honeysuckle cleared and treated, and we physically removed small young honeysuckle that was coming back. And the idea is if you can keep it down, when you can get certain things growing in, eventually you won't have to do that anymore.
On those 2 field days you had, was it a success? Did you get as many planted as you wanted, and did you remove as many of these?
Yeah, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I want to say so we did the, I think we did about 500 live stakes. And when we revisited them, we had a really pretty good success, even after there was a pretty large rain event, even just a couple weeks after we did the live stakes. And we came back and it seemed like all of our live stakes were still there, even though the water had gone up way above, like they were completely submerged and the river was rushing past them. So that worked really well. We're really happy with that. The invasive removal, I think we removed about 800 honeysuckle, saplings, anywhere from like, pencil size and like 3 inches tall to maybe closer to like your thumb size and a foot or two high. When they get bigger, they're really hard to just pull out. But we removed quite a few.
You just take those to the landfill?
Yeah, we took them to the composting facility on Thayer Road. They just get mulched up.
And all this always goes around by the river, or is that the best place?
So we're kind of being opportunistic here. So there was already a project that took place in that area by Harcourt Road, off of Harcourt Road by the bridge that goes over the Cocosing River. There was a fire there at an illicit encampment. That was just 2 years ago now, almost 3 years ago, I think. And there were probationers that cleaned it up, and then ODOT went in and cleared out all of the honeysuckle because it was providing basically a camping mecca for people to be able to hide and stay hidden. So they cleared all the honeysuckle out, and they actually treated it as well. So opportunistically, we thought, hey, this is a spot that's already been cleared out. We need to go in and plant some native stuff so that honeysuckle doesn't come back. So we're trying to just hop on the piggyback on those projects, because if we were to go in, and just do that in an area, then it costs a lot of money. But somebody's already done it, so we just kind of piggybacked off of that.
You have to get permission from the state, or you just do it?
We did get permission from ODOT because it's not in city limits technically, and it is state property. So I do have email thread from them granting us permission to do that. The other thing too, focusing on riparian corridors, is we see all the streams and rivers as habitat corridors through the city. So if you're a deer or a pollinator and you are migrating, around Ohio, the best way to get around is following those rivers, because that's where we already do, and we're trying to create a vegetated area. So for the sake of the water quality, we try to keep a vegetated buffer around the streams. It prevents erosion, and it filters the water out, and it provides habitat for fish. Fish don't like open, hot water, right? They want the colder water that's shaded by the trees. Certain fish need the roots that you see from maybe like a silver maple or a sycamore that grows out of the banks to kind of hide in. So all of that combined makes rivers and streams just a really great area to focus on primarily because it's already the corridor that they're coming through Mount Vernon, you know.
I didn't know that.
So
It's amazing.
yeah,
That's really amazing.
it's an obstacle for us, but it's like the way they get around. So
Greener, bigger.
That's really amazing.
Thanks, Quentin.
anything else?
Thanks.
Not that I can think of.
Sorry.
That's okay, no.
Don't anytime.
We're here for everybody to understand what we're doing. Okay, so I put the sequoias on here. We talked about this, you know, when we talked about buying them, well, we've got to wait till our fence gets installed, and we were gonna buy them from a group in California. And I sent an email link what Detroit is doing. They're growing sequoias in their empty lots. But then I just got another one. I think I might only send it to you. There's a gentleman in Michigan that is cloning large trees. So he's going around the country and cloning trees, sequoias and some other native large trees, and actually then transplanting them and growing them in places. And he is in Michigan also. So I've got the article. I don't have his email yet, but my thought was I'm going to try to get his email and see if I can get a hold of him, and instead of buying our sequoias from California, maybe we could get our sequoias from somebody that's cloned them and is growing them already in Michigan. So we're closer to the habitat that they're surviving in. Just an idea. So I threw sequoias on there just so I could say that, because I want to talk about them. And
I
Quentin
thought
has,
we were already getting them from somebody in Michigan.
well, no, the Michigan was where some of the ideas came from.
Oh,
A
really?
couple of years ago, they found a guy in the Upper Peninsula that's got one that's 120 years old.
Right.
And then I came across they started them in Pittsburgh, or not Pittsburgh, in Detroit.
Right.
And then I was like, well, if they can do them there, we can do them here. So
Yeah.
that kind of brought that on. And now I've just explored it a little more and trying to find a better source for them.
Okay.
See if I can, I shouldn't say trying to find, see if I can find a better source. And a conversation with Quentin, he was worried about, are they going to become invasive? And I haven't read anything yet that they are, but a 30-foot diameter tree would be a pretty big invasive thing. That's why the sequoias is on there. So, other than Judy's party on August there for her graduation,
This Saturday. This Saturday.
retirement.
This Saturday,
For your
yes.
Yeah, that's
graduation
Saturday.
from work.
Graduating
Yes.
from work. Yeah.
Yes.
It's graduation season. We've been to a bunch of those. I don't have anything else on my list. What do we have? Anybody got some ideas, some things they want to talk about? Making it easy.
Not really, I know. I did see a thing in Mansfield at one of the parks. They're doing a food forest.
I saw
Did
that
you see
article too.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, he was taking an overgrown area and going to
Yeah.
redo it. So that's kind of neat.
What was that again? I didn't get to hear you.
In Mansfield at one of the city parks, they're doing a food forest.
A food forest. Tell me what that is. Is it like the food, where people plant vegetables and lettuce and tomatoes?
No, it's like trees and shrubs that feed wildlife.
And people.
It's like a garden that you grow like a forest.
And it's just strictly for deers.
No.
It's pretty much any food producing fauna intentionally cultivated. So apple trees, pears or raspberries, or insert other food producing, but intentionally grown.
Where's that gentleman out the East End? We can plant some out there.
Yeah. No, he wants to get rid of the.
I know.
He wants to get rid of the things that would love you,
I
or something
know.
like that. So, in my conversation, I'll throw something else in. My conversation with Zane on the tree, he's responsible for tree removals and managing a lot of things around the city. He's doing an exceptional job keeping track of it, better than I was. One of the things that's come up is he is of the opinion that if we remove a tree, we need to replace it. We aren't going to remove a tree and not put another tree in its place, or as close as we can to its place. So that's going to be the program now. Any trees that come out anywhere, that has to be just city trees because we can't dictate that to homeowners. But any city trees that come out will be replaced with any other tree.
Speaking of, did you, I'm sure you're aware of that tree on Burgess that fell onto the house. Yeah.
It's already taken.
Yeah,
care of.
yeah.
Yep.
And there,
Got
yeah,
that.
that one that diagonal, that other sugar maple
Mhm.
too, yeah.
Across
Yeah,
the
there are
street.
two. Yeah, right there. Those are cleaned up and gone.
Yes, a few years ago, it was 16 when we did our tree inventory, our first tree inventory, we found we had a lot of bad trees and we've done a very good job of cleaning them up. We only had a couple trees fall across the road here in that last big storm we had, that big windstorm, so that's very good.
We've had a lot of high winds this year too.
We've had a lot of wind. But we're also finding, well, I say we, Zane is also finding we're having a lot more trees starting to age out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, which
We'll be-
is what's
yeah.
happening around there.
yeah, that's what's happening on Burgess Street and on just a lot of our streets. So as they age out, we're gonna be replacing that.
Think of a tree as an asset for a bunch of different reasons, but if nothing else, a huge stormwater asset. So if we remove all the trees, we're gonna start having problems. So let's just start getting them back in when we remove them, because you can't, undervalue that. So.
So as far as city right of way goes, we're gonna plant as many trees as we can whenever we can. And then the public, we just ask for their help in letting us plant them on their property. So that would include all our corridors, anywhere we have a tree lawn. We've got in the past, it goes back to our conversation a bit ago.
Yeah.
In the past, we've always erred on the side of being conservative with that. But we're at a point, we're only at 19% canopy. Puts us in a very, very poor spot. How many 90-degree days have we had this month? You know, we're not helping ourselves at all with 19%. We need to be at 30, 40%. But it takes decades to get to that point. But we won't get there if we don't put some trees in the ground. So I think, along with your line of thinking, as we start working the corridors, we're just gonna plant trees. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're taking care of them enough, I think we can make them survive. All right, well,
Speaking of canopies,
go for it, what do you got?
we got that email on July 21st about the save the date for the Central Ohio Canopy Conference. Do you guys want to talk about that? Like, are people planning on going?
I
Like,
don't know.
Let's bring it up.
You got the email?
I do. It's right here. It's October 31st. It's the Ohio State University Nationwide and Ohio Farm Bureau 4-H Center. It will feature arboriculture track, urban forestry track, and outdoor sessions. CEUs will be available for ISA, CTSP, pesticide applicator, and ASLA credentials. And so it was sent by Alistair Reynolds from the Ohio Division of Forestry. And I was just curious, like, is this, seems that you just mentioned canopy, we're only 19%. This seems like something a couple of us somebody
Yes.
would go to.
I think that would be good. I hadn't looked at it or hadn't seen it,
Well,
but I
thank
know.
goodness I came.
I'm glad, yeah, we're glad you're here. There's no doubt about it. Even though I give you a hard time, I'm glad you're here.
Oh, I've got thick skin, I'm okay.
Okay. October 31st.
I will most likely be there.
That's Halloween.
Halloween is on a Friday
Yeah.
this year.
Does
And
it
I-
say the registration fee or? Is that
Does it say a registration fee? This is just to save the date. It doesn't mention
Okay.
anything about anything yet at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, no official reservation has been posted yet. So.
And it says that this was sent to the Ohio Urban Forestry community. If you don't normally receive their notifications, they ask you to subscribe. So it would seem like we'd probably get more information if some of us subscribed. Probably do, since you sent it, but maybe
Oh, you forwarded it?
Yeah.
she
okay,
did on July
okay.
21st.
Oh man, I missed that one big time.
It's okay. Probably went into your spam, maybe. Who knows?
Or I looked at it and said, huh,
I don't care.
that happens too. I don't necessarily say I don't care. I
Yeah,
just say,
no.
huh.
You just happened to mention the canopy, and I was like, wait a minute. There's a canopy conference. So, yeah.
So that's a Thursday.
Mhm.
It's a Thursday? I thought it was a Friday.
No, Friday's October 31st. I know
Oh.
this because Halloween is my day.
Oh, and it's the 30th.
the 30th?
It's the 30th, yeah, it's Thursday.
Okay, good. 'Cause I'm thinking, I have 1,000+ kids come to my door on Halloween. I have to be,
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
you are on Main Street, if you will. Main Street, High Street.
Do you give them little tree seeds?
I give, yeah, everybody,
That's a good idea.
everybody gets an acorn, yeah. Here.
That's a really good
Plant a tree.
idea. That's a really good idea.
We could, but it wouldn't
No,
be.
That's
no candy
funny.
for you, you get an acorn.
That's
They stopped showing up after a
amazing.
couple of years.
I
That's
think
the guy that
that's-
gives out.
That's a brilliant idea.
And pull the walnuts out of my yard and put them in a bag and hand them to them.
Hand out a fern to every kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We, at one time earlier on, we would, for Arbor Day, we gave all the grade school kids dogwood trees. We did that for several years.
Oh, I love that.
We kind of fell away from it. What we found was a lot of them never made it past this book bag.
Oh.
I've got one growing in my yard, so one of them made it. Okay, well, Randy, you got anything to add to anything we've done?
No, I don't think so.
So, we're coming into August. You're gonna pull bags in October. What's your timeline on that?
Yeah, depending on the weather and, it'd probably be late. They really got it done a lot quicker than I thought they would last year. So, I'm not, I think we can let it go a little bit longer. And then,
And then, well, I keep saying I don't have anything else, but then I do. The fertilizer. Did you get a chance to look into that one?
no, I haven't. I did check and, if someone else will have to purchase that, I can't purchase it.
I can get it.
Shade Tree,
I've talked to them at AM Leonard. We can get it from them.
But I haven't looked into what we would need or anything yet. I haven't had a chance to do that.
Okay. Is that like a 10-10-10 or something like that?
Yeah, for the first year stuff, we wanna keep the nitrogen down kinda low. And then the next two numbers can be as high as what they have on available.
And we have 550 gallons. Probably 500 gallons would be a fair number for that tank.
Yeah, we might even wanna, figure it a little less than that, so if we're not filling it clear up, it wouldn't be so strong. And typically they don't run it completely empty before they go fill.
Yeah, they kind of look at where they are in the cycle and run and get more, yeah. Okay. Well, we'll have to take a little time and figure out what we're gonna need, because we don't wanna buy more than we need. We don't need anything else to store. I keep getting stuff for you to store. Your space is getting smaller and smaller.
It certainly is.
Okay. And then,
Actually, doesn't take up much space, and they're in sealed plastic bags, so it keeps, so.
yeah, as long as we don't have a partial
you don't
bag.
have a bag, but then you can use a bag pretty quickly, so.
Yeah.
All right. And the truck's been working well. We haven't had any electrical issues since the spring.
No, we don't wanna talk too much about it.
Yeah,
but
we're knocking on
It's
wood.
been pretty good. So,
All right. So, well, we got a few minutes. Who wants to help me put on tree guards? And what day would you like to do it? You're only available on Sunday. You don't want to go out and traipse around on your only day off, do you?
I mean, if you really need me.
We always really need you. What kind of question is that?
When are you going?
I don't know. That's what we're going to talk about here. So, I would say probably a Saturday morning would be the time to do it. Time when everybody
can't
might
do
be
Saturdays?
I know, she can't. She works, Sunday is her day. That's why I said Saturday.
You work
see?
on Saturdays too? You work 6 days a week? Oh my gosh.
So, we would be at Arrow Foundation Park in the setback, and we would be in Hiawatha Park. There's 68 trees, I think, in both locations. So, depending how quick we can wrap them and zip them, it could take a couple hours, could take a full morning. Just kind of depends. So, let's say a Saturday in August.
Pick one.
How about the, how about the,
23rd?
pardon me?
23rd?
Um,
Is it too late?
I was thinking 9th, but hey,
I will be in Philadelphia that weekend.
well,
It's the
cancel
only-
your trip.
No, I'm gonna meet my grandson for the very first
Oh,
time.
well, no,
Oh,
okay.
I know.
You can go with
That's
that.
a pretty good argument.
That-
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I
He was
guess
born in
we'll let that-
January. We're already on the you know what list
Oh, yeah.
we haven't met him yet.
Okay, well, 23rd, what's everybody think about 23rd?
I'll help.
Your calendar's good? Okay, so we'll meet, I'll get the tree guards from Randy on that Friday. Let me go back that day here and put that in my calendar. Tree guards from Randy.
Where do you want to meet?
Well,
At Hiawatha or Ariel?
Hiawatha is nice and clean and open, so if we start in the morning, if there's dew or anything, we're just walking around on damp grass. Arrow Foundation Park, it's a setback. It's gonna be overgrown, weedy, knee-high weeds.
The pool closes on the 17th. Will they be doing anything that weekend that would be in our way at all?
I don't have any idea what the pool.
Okay, I'm just
No, they wouldn't
Yeah.
do anything in the grounds, would they? If they're doing pool work, it'd just be around the pool,
okay.
I would
Just
think.
asking.
Yeah, they take care of that through the week.
Yeah, they wouldn't be out there on a Saturday.
What time? You didn't give a time.
I don't know. I'm a morning person,
Me
so
too. 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock? 8 o'clock at Hiawatha Park?
Before it gets too warm, man.
Okay. All right, 8 a.m., Hiawatha Park.
All right. Jay Leno will be here that night.
Yeah, we're going to that.
He won't help.
He won't help. I know he won't. He's terrible like that. He's not helpful at all.
Well, he's seen his grandkid first, I guess.
Well, you know, he has priorities.
Yeah. All right, so Saturday, the 23rd, 8 a.m., we're meeting in Hiawatha Park. Whoever can make it would be great. We'll be wrapping trees. We have tree guards and zip ties. So with tree guards in mind, we still have some corrugated pipe, don't we? Some of those. I'm wondering if we should grab some of that too and put it on some of the other trees that are a little older but are still getting beat up, since we're already there. If we don't use it, we can always take it back to Randy. He loves storing stuff for us. All right.
Start charging us a fee.
Yeah, I think I'll pick some of that up too when I pick up the other stuff. We'll just, if we find places we can use it, we'll use it.
I'll bring a drill so we can punch holes in it so the tree doesn't sweat.
Were they slotted or were those solid? You remember?
The new ones?
No, the old plastic ones. I know they were
Kind of solid.
Yeah.
solid, so having holes in them would be good.
We have the other type that with the bigger square holes in them. We
Yeah.
had some of them.
So I'll grab that too then. I'll just grab all that stuff. Or a good portion of what you have. And we'll just go to town on it. All right, and we can put some on those sycamores and some other things.
You wanna use the old ones first, before we go to the new ones?
Well, I'll have them, we'll just use
Get
them
them
as,
out of the shop.
They'll end up back there, so.
we're gonna try to use them all. All right. Anything else? Well, you guys have done a good job of listening to me drone on here.
I've enjoyed working with everybody.
We appreciate everything you've done. Judy held my hand for so many years.
Oh.
I'd come in and say, Judy, what do I do about this? How do I do that?
Yeah, did a lot together.
Now I just say, I can do that.
Yeah. So hopefully everybody has an invitation. You're all invited for Saturday at my aunt's house on Columbus Road in Fredericktown.
Thank you.
So come up and say hi. food.
No, we'll see how it works.
Say goodbye for now.
We
Yeah.
won't be doing tree guards, so we'll be free.
There you go.
All right, if no one else has anything,
Move
Shall
to
I make-
adjourn.
I'll second it.
All right.
there we
Great
go.
minds.
All in favor? Yeah. It's official. Thank you very much for everything that you guys do and will be doing.
Thank you, Judy, for
You're
everything.
welcome. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
I feel like we
Appreciate it.
barely got to know each other.
I know it. Oh. thank
I'm
you.
on my way to the Ohio State Fair. Do you think it's gonna be hot?
No.
No, no, no.
Yeah, my wife's going to see Leanne Morgan.
I'm going to see
You're going to
Leanne
see
Morgan.
her? Yeah, my wife and daughter are going. Yeah.
Yes, she makes me laugh my
She,
head off.
oh, I know. I listened to her.
She is darn funny.
But and she's just like,
You're gonna cry when you leave?
yeah,
I
it
was
makes
asked
sense.
that by the girl
Oh my
that's
Just the way
god.
she presents it, she's
Yes,
always.
I will probably cry.
I know it. I know it.
You're
I
gonna be
laugh.
missed.
I
Yeah,
laugh.
thank you. I'll miss all you guys.
Hey.
I try to get in my emails settled.
Oh, yes, good, good, good.
Client meeting at the Woodward at 1:30 on Saturday, but I'll plan on coming over for that.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome.
And then with when I get new members, I typically we pick a day and I go out and I give them a tour of the city. And
I'd
show
love
them,
that.
Show them old projects, new projects.
I would
ideas.
love that. I would love that.
Okay. Well, we'll see where we're on the 9th. How much time it takes, how much, if, you know.
On the
then take-
23rd?
On the 23rd,
Yeah,
yeah.
yep.
You know, if we got done early and we have time.
Yeah.
Then we could do something
Yeah.
like that.
Yep, I have
Or
nothing
if
scheduled for
not-
that day except I'm gonna volunteer at the memorial.